Welcome back, guys. Part 2, as promised. We're now going to run through the bike operation. The operation includes briefing on the bike operation, how it all works. We also touch on some really important safety tips, and we also then provide you with some great skill tips as well. These are just the fundamentals. We've glazed over these as kids and formed a whole lot of bad habits as adults. So we're going to try and get you back to ground zero and rebuild from there. The aim is to make you a better, safer rider. You'll get more out of the bike, the trail, and yourself. So that's a win. Cool. All right. First safety tip. These guys, the thumbs. All right. Very, very important. These guys must always be under your handle grips. Okay, like so. The reason why? These act like a hook. Okay, so if you can imagine, and we were riding with our thumbs on top of the handle grips and we hit something, or we had sweaty hands, nothing stops us from falling forward off the bike. No, it's not good news. So, thumbs under the grips, okay? So important. Cool. Safety tip number 2, braking, okay? Brake levers. Our left-hand side is the back brake, always in Australia, okay? It's the same side of the road that we drive on, and it's the same side of the trail that you'll be riding down, okay? So back brake, left-hand side, okay? Okay, safety tip, brake levers. No more than 2 fingers ever appear on your brake levers, okay? Why? We are trying to maximize grip to our handle grips. This is our contact to the bike. The more fingers we have on the grip, the safer it is. So as you can see, 2 fingers is really good. If I do put 3 fingers on there, look what happens. My little finger literally lets go. It cannot grip, okay? The other downside to having 3 fingers is we have so much power in 3 fingers, and these brakes are really, really good. So that can be detrimental to you. So maximum 2 fingers. You'll even find that most of your riding is done just with 1 finger and 1 finger with the hydraulic disc brakes that we have here. Okay, so at maximum 2 fingers. Okay, so let's talk about downhill braking. Whenever you're braking normally, you can just rely on your back brake. That is no problems whatsoever. But going down a hill, we have a problem if we just use our back brake. So let's have a look at how it all works. Okay. If I'm on the flat ground here and I'm riding, you can see how far I am away from the handlebars. You can also see my bum is on the seat, or my weight is over the back tyre. So when we use the back brake, there's no problems with skidding, okay? We've got heavy weight, flat ground, no problems back brake. But let's have a look at this. Now, we're going to go down a hill. What's happening? Our body weight, we're looking all the way over our handlebars. The ground is disappearing. And as we're braking, okay, as we brake, obviously all of our weight and momentum goes forwards. What does this all mean? Okay, it means that we have no weight over the back tyre, and this is how easy it is to skid. Okay, just like that. So we don't want you skidding down a hill, because when you are skidding down a hill, if the ground is sloping this way, then you're going to go, when you're skidding, the way the ground is sloping, and that could take you off the track, into rocks, into ruts. Definitely no good. Okay, so we want to get you down a hill without skidding. Okay, so what we need to do, okay, we need to use our front brake as well. Now, people often freak out when they think front brake down a hill. Are you crazy, Sam? I'm going to go over the handlebars. Okay, you will if you do nothing about your body position. Okay, so right now, as we said, we're looking over and we're forward. Crazy to use your front brake. So what we need to get you to do is to move your body position further backwards, okay? What that does, it pulls you away from the handlebars and puts weight over the back tyre, okay? This will allow you to use your back brake a little bit more confidently, but more importantly, we can now use our front brake. And your front brake is your best brake for going downhill because it's the one that's going to skid the least, okay? So how do we do it? Okay, what we need to do is, first of all, we need to move our pedals away from the ground. As you can see, down here, look how close the pedal is to the ground, not far at all. Rocks, tree roots, they're all pretty tall, okay? So this is the safe place when you're going down a hill. The other benefit for having our pedals level is we now have equal weight on both sides of the bike, okay, which is very important for balance. Okay, so now we've got ourselves in this position, okay? What we need to do now is we just stand up a little bit so our bum is off the seat, just a little bit. I don't want your bum all the way up here, just a little bit. So we've really got some control in our legs. We can pretend that we're snowboarding or skiing, wakeboarding, skateboarding, surfing, you name it. This is the most important position, is good leg balance and good leg posture. Okay, now we've got our bum off the seat. We want to move it back a little bit, okay? The further we move back, all right? The more weight we have back here, and the steeper the hill, the more weight we want to have back here. Okay, now there's nothing too crazy with all the rides where you need to get so far back that your belly's resting on the seat, but you get the picture there. Okay, so as you're going down a hill, we go up, back, and we can use both brakes together. I like to use 2 fingers on each of the brake levers, okay? Now, if you still find yourself skidding when you're going down the hill and you're doing everything I say, it's going to be a combination of too much back brake, not enough front brake, or not enough weight back in your body position. So you have to work out the combination of those two to make it work for you. Okay, so a couple of good tips when you're going down a hill. First one, always start and finish the hill at the same speed if you're not a very confident rider. It's easy to maintain your speed than it is to go fast and slow down. Okay, that's probably the most important. Number 2, once you apply your brakes, don't let your brakes off. Okay, think about when you're driving a car, or mum and dad's driving a car, and we're coming up to a red light at the traffic lights. We put our brakes on, our foot never comes off the brake pedal. It's just the amount of pressure that changes depending on the environment. Okay, so once your brakes are on, keep them on, and it's just the amount of pressure that you put on the brake levers that will change. Okay. Another really important one is if the hill doesn't look like you and you're too anxious or it's freaking you out, jump off your bike. Okay, get nice and close to the bike, keep it upright, bend your knees, and start walking down the hill, leaning forward and using your brakes as a security for you as well. Okay, easy to negate any risk going downhill if you walk down it. Okay, fantastic. So that's braking, really important. Now listen, getting used to this position when you're flat-footed, level pedals and you bum up, okay, you don't have to wait for your first downhill to practice that. Anytime you get any momentum at all, just practice it. Level pedals, bum up. Get used to sort of riding in this crouch position with your bum off the seat. Okay, so when you hit the first downhill, you'll feel confident. Fantastic, guys, great, thank you. Gears. Okay, good news with all of my bikes. We don't have front gears. This is a massive victory for mountain biking. Okay, so don't buy a mountain bike with front gears. Crazy. Okay, as a result of only having back gears, we only have one set of gear levers over here. That's on the right-hand side. You'll see that there's 2 levers here, okay? 2 levers, 1, 2. How they work, we either push with our thumb or we pull with our finger. Push with your thumb, pull with your finger. Push with your thumb, pull with your finger. Okay, so the thumb, the one closest to you, the one that we use the most, is the one that makes the bike easier to pedal. It's the easy gears, okay? Easy. Therefore, the other one would be the hard gears. So easy, hard, easy, hard. Now I say easy, hard, because now I'm going to talk about your pedal speed. Your goal today when you're riding your bike, or tomorrow or next weekend, is to pedal at this speed. This is about 80 pedal strokes per minute, or revs per minute, or bike cadence. This is your goal. Okay, so if you find yourself pedaling too slow and hard, like most of you will, you need to make it easier. That will speed up your pedals and try and get you to where I'm talking that you need to be for your pedal speed. Still too slow and hard? Hey, make it easier again. Great, now you're at my pedal speed. Okay, but as you get faster, your pedals will go faster, and get too easy, just need to make them harder. Still too easy? Make them harder. So your gears, all they want to do is try and keep your pedal speed at the ultimate cadence, or revs per minute. That's about 80 revs per minute for you, okay? As you get better, you'll increase that up to 90 to 100. Great. So, some gear changing tips for you. How does it work? Okay, firstly, always pedaling when you change your gear. That's a must, okay? You must pedal when you change your gear. Number 2, always sitting down when you change your gear. You must sit down. Standing up just won't work out well for you. That's another whole documentary which we won't go into. So sitting down when you change your gears. And the final tip is just 1 click or 1 gear change at a time. So if you have been following my ideal pedal speed, okay, and you're looking ahead, oh my God, look, there's a hill coming. Straight away we know the pedals are going to get hard. So let's start using our easy gears just at the bottom of the hill. And as we go up and our pedal speed slows down, we go 1 gear at a time and keep our pedals nice and fast up that hill. Okay? So with that, in mountain biking, always sitting down when you're going up a hill. Okay? We've talked about going downhill, standing up. Going uphill, sitting down. That's a must for mountain biking. Fantastic. All right, just one more little safety tip for you. We've talked about going down the hill and having your pedals away from the ground when you're not pedaling. Okay, this goes for any time that you're riding, enjoying the views, having a chat. Let's keep our pedals away from the ground. Again, if you've got 1 foot up, 1 foot down and having a look around, it's very easy to hit something with that pedal. Again, won't work out too well for you. So this is your safe place. And I will say, this is the one that you're most likely to do in your ride. If I was riding with you, I know at least 50 times I would tell you to level your pedals. So again, help each other that you're riding with to remind you of these little safety tips. Great. Part 3 is coming. It's going to be how to start and stop without actually sitting on your seat, which is very, very important. So stay tuned. See you soon.